we'll have unity. Because we're going to all stand up on that wall together. And that's what I learned out there. And while we was there, I'm going to tell you, didn't know Pastor McDaniel. What's his first name? Is Dennis too? No, the one that died. Clint. I didn't know the man. I seen a picture of him, but I seen him in every one that goes to that church. You see him in them. He made an impact in their lives. Now they're seeking after Christ because he laid the path. And you can see it. There is no, it's about me, it's about us. That's the way it's got to be. There is no I in team. And none of us the head coach. We all play for Jesus. He laid the game plan. We got to follow it. The word says, don't change it, don't add, don't take nothing from it. I give it the perfect path that you need to walk on. Show people that path by the life you live. And watch what happens. You know, I like what Bishop said, let's live like we're in heaven even though we're going through Hades. I have a hard time saying that word. It might raise something else up. But that's what I glorify God no matter what I go through. I say, God has something better for me. I'm having to lay men off. We're downsizing. I'm looking at Job. Job lost everything. He didn't deny God. God be the glory. And when he stepped out through there, he had twice as much as he had before. I'm just looking for my increase. That's what I'm looking for. I'm still giving, still putting God first in my life, still glorifying him. I'm not going to deny him for what we're going through. Because that word said Job went through it. He had, I think it was 7 children he lost. Got 14 on the backside. Twice what he had. That means he had twice as many houses, twice as much cattle, twice as much everything. I'm looking for my twice as much. I had to give some stuff back because we don't have the work to pay for it. I said, that's okay. I didn't need it anyway. God be the glory. How are you living? Me and Donovan had this conversation. I've told him I'm glorifying God. I know there's something better out there. I'm walking into it. That's how I live my life. I'm going to still go when he tells me to go and do what he tells me to do no matter what. I'm not going to look behind me what I did have. I'm looking forward to what I'm going to get. That's what, are you limit, like what Bishop said, are you limiting God? Or are you going to do everything he asked you to do no matter what? Pay what you're supposed to pay. Do what you're supposed to do. When you say, well, I can't do this, I can't pay this. Pay it anyway. Lay it on God and watch him. I promise you, he'll never ask you to do anything that you can't do. He won't lay up on more than you can handle, even though sometimes it seems like it. You know, sometimes we seem like you're on top of the world. Sometimes I feel like the world's on top of me. But I know where my strength comes from. So if we sow into the kingdom right here, believe the vision that Bishop has, you'll see this church increase. I like what a guy said. I think it was Brother Billy or Pastor Billy. He said, a vision without people ain't no good. Just like people without a vision ain't no good. If you get a vision, people buy into it, they believe in you, they follow you, it comes to pass. So let's have a vision. Let's get in line with the vision. Because I believe the church here is going to be huge. Worldwide. Next month, we're going to make the first plant. It's going to be in Gaffney. It's going to be part of this church, but yet we'll be over there. It's still going to be part of RPM. It's going to be the first arm that reaches out to a different town, but yet going to be the same body. I believe that with all that's in me. And it's going to be big. I see it. Thousands upon thousands. Do you see the same thing? Bishop does. I believe you're going to preach in front of not only thousands, but millions. TV program to reach the world. Just as big as TBN. Do you believe that tonight? Or are you going to limit to 500 or 100 people or 50 people here right in this small building? How do you believe? I believe we're taking the first step. And I'm on this journey with him. Y'all gonna get behind us? I want to push him more than he's ever been pushed. How do you help someone grow? You help them get where they want to be. That helps you get where you want to be. That's what Jesus did. He took his eyes off himself, put them on me. And here I am. No notes, just saying what he's telling me to say. Because he has the plan. So what are we going to do? We're going to get behind and push harder than we ever pushed before? It's like I told the woman, she said, well, where do you go to church? I said, well, Kings Mountain, a little far from you over here. I said, but you need to find a church that preaches Jesus and get into it. You can't build a kingdom with a mindset I can only reach one right here. You got to reach them all over the world. Everywhere we go, change the atmosphere. And watch what God will do. I see greatness. I like what Bishop said 2 weeks ago when he was watching, Oral Roberts. He said, the only difference between me and you is when God knocked, I opened the door. And I never limited him. I'm just going to walk where he tells me to walk. So let's do that. Let's get into it with everything that's in you. Glorifying God. Building the kingdom. One person at a time. I mean, just think it. I'm going to say this and I'm going to sit down. Tim told me to take 2 minutes. So I'll take 5. If I go out myself and convince through my life 10 people to come to church or one person to come to church, and then that person goes out and convinces 10 people to come to church. Those 10, I'm going to say 10. I get 10. Those 10 get 10. I got 111. And those 10 go get 10. Now what we got? 1,000. And all it took me is to help get the first 10. And I promise you, when you start living right, your family sees it. They see a difference in you. And when they start seeing a difference in you, they want to be part of it. It may take 2 or 3 years, but keep walking straight. Don't fumble, fall back and forth. Keep walking straight. And people want to start following you. And not only will you help them, they're going to help you. They're going to motivate you. Because when someone comes and say, man, I really appreciate what you said, that motivates me to keep saying it to somebody else so they'll want to hear it. So they're encouraging me and I'm encouraging them. That's like out there at that meeting. It was more of a church meeting than a conference. But it really touched my heart to see all of those kids get up, sing songs, and talk about their Sunday school teacher, and all 4 pastors that's in that church come together as one. It wasn't about Oral. It wasn't about Dennis. It wasn't about the other couple. It was about Life Tabernacle. Building the kingdom for God. Let's make a difference tonight. Let's don't go out and do the same thing. I think someone said the sign of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting different results. Let's do something different, and then we'll see some different results. And I promise you, God's going to give you the strength you need to do everything. And the finances that he asked you to do something, as long as it's in him. You got to keep glorifying him. Put him first and foremost in your life. I just love him with all that's in me, and I appreciate it, Bishop. And I love everyone here. Thank you.
I tell you what. One thing I really enjoyed in this meeting, and most of the time I take young guys and people with me, I enjoy this because, like, Brother Chris got up the first night, and Doctor got up one night, and